question is, what's worth pursuing, or what is worthy of pursuit in life?
Yeah, well, there really is a tension between being and becoming, right? I think we live with this tension every moment of our lives, and I think the domain of our spiritual concerns really focuses on the being part, right? Like it's just spirituality, for lack of a better word, is whatever you put in the space provided. It is an answer to the question of how is it possible to be fulfilled in the present moment, in the midst of whatever's happening. And knowing that experience is always changing, knowing that you can't possibly create an experience that doesn't change. How is it possible to be at peace with the flux, right? So and really finding a mode of being that wherein you can recognize a type of fulfillment that isn't predicated on the next good thing happening, right? The story you're telling yourself about the future that may in fact never arrive. On some level, being isn't enough because there are all the ways the world might be, right? I mean, there's the possibility space of what we can create, and what we want to create takes effort. And so there's all these things that are not actualized now, even if we're content now. And I think the domain of our becoming, I mean, there's all kinds of healthy ways of, unhealthy ways of becoming, but the healthy mode of becoming, at least one part of it is, it really subsumes our ethical lives, right? It's like just what is it, what would be good to do? What is positive? What is pro-social? How can we make the world a better place? How can we raise our kids to be wise and honest and content? And I mean, all of these are projects that take work. And so it's not just a matter of just chilling out perfectly and watching what happens. We do have to do things. So the tension really is in being at peace in the meditative sense, in the contemplative sense, in the spiritual sense, even while you make great effort to accomplish things. And I think the peace part comes when you recognize that your happiness is not actually predicated on getting any of those things done. I mean, that you have to learn to love the process. You have to learn to recognize that goals themselves, as valid as they might be to achieve, the experience of achieving them is very brief, and it has this mirage-like quality where it recedes. I mean, you've been thinking about this thing for a year, and you finally get to that landmark, and what is it? Well, it's just another moment of being alive, and now you've got your thoughts about the past and the future still, and the question is, can you actually make full contact with the present moment? And so in the quote you read, my main point was, most people, if you don't know how to meditate, you're basically trying to arrange the world to give you a good enough reason to recognize that the present moment is enough, right? And once you actually know how to meditate, you can sink into the present moment regardless of what else you're struggling to accomplish. And so you can sort of take the goal as the path, right? I mean, kind of emotionally and cognitively, you've already arrived in terms of your own concerns about your own well-being, and yet you know that life is also an unending series of problems to be solved, right? But we're all going to die, right? It's not there's no solution to the massive problem of impermanence, right? So we have to find some mode of being at peace with impermanence, and that's where the contemplative life